So, a lot of these videos that I create tend to be based off of things that's happening in my life or things that are happening in other people's lives around me. After I speak with them, there are certain things that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Or, oh, this is maybe something that you need help in. So maybe other people need help in too. And then there are those times in which things just get downloaded to me, or things come to me where it's like, oh, well, I think I need to talk about this for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why certain things come, but they come when they do. And when they do, I try to make sure I do my best to get the message out to people. Um, because it's obviously for somebody, right? So this particular video is about changes, life changes. I've been speaking to different people in my life and also connecting it to things that are happening in my life as well. And I'm noticing that there are life changes happening. Life changes around job, life changes around career, maybe even life changes around relationships, sort of realizing who's meant to be in your life, who's not, who's here to support you and really root for you, who's not, who's here to really uplift you and sort of be on the journey with you as you're going along in life. And there's other people who may not necessarily be a part of your continued journey, right? They were a part of your journey for a particular moment in time, but then once their season expires, it expires. To me, I think about that in terms of people, but also in terms of everything, right? Job, career, sometimes even health issues. I think about some of those things, especially in regards to things that are constantly in change anyway, regarding people coming in and out of your life, regarding maybe even job and career, especially for my millennials, because I think our thought process is different from those people who were before us, the generation before us, where it was more like have a job, get a job, stay loyal to that job or this particular organization or people. You're going to be there for 20, 25 years, 30, 35 years, have stability, and then you can retire and like live your life. But millennials, we're different in terms of how we're thinking. You know, we want to make sure that we feel a sense of fulfillment and enjoyment out of the work that we're doing. But sometimes I think about these changing things almost as like having expiration dates, you know, so you have like your perishable and non-perishable foods, right? Sometimes there are relationships and jobs and careers that are perishable, right? They're meant to be there for that particular time. And then after that, they expire. They got to go, you know? And sometimes those things that go may not be our doing, right? Sometimes things just happen, miscommunications happen, someone moves, you know, it's just sometimes things just happen, you know? And that particular experience expired. And then there are certain things that are non-perishables. Hope I have that right, right? Perishables are the things that expire, non-perishables are the things that don't expire, I think. If not, then switch it, you know, whatever. But then there are the things that really don't expire, right? That are supposed to be there for like the long haul, the long term. And fortunately for food, you know what those things are, right? You know what's perishable, you know what's non-perishable. It's a lot harder for people and job and career and all that stuff, finances. It's harder because there's nothing that has an expiration date. This relationship is only supposed to last a year and a half. This is supposed to last only 5 years. You know, we don't know, right? So I think like when those things expire, like we need to just let them expire, right? And move on, because there will always be something else to fulfill us and to fill us up. And if we don't let go of the things or the people that have expired, we in the long term get sick, right? Because if you keep eating something or putting something within you that expires, right, it rots, and you keep eating it, you get sick, you eat it again, you get sick. And the more you don't throw it away or take this thing that has expired out of your life, it continues to rot and get even worse and get even worse and get even worse. And you get even sicker and even sicker and even sicker and even sicker. Same thing happens in our lives with things that we don't necessarily let go, that are meant to be let go, right? Things might have expired, but we keep holding on to them, those people, those relationships, those jobs, those careers that no longer serve us. But we get sicker and get sicker and get sicker, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, from those experiences. So change, right? Realizing that life is about change. Things come, things go. Think about it like this. The seasons, right? Fall, winter, spring, summer. We have seasons, right? Seasons continuously change. Every few months, it's a different season. Although sometimes now I wonder what's happening really with the seasons in our world. But generally, things happen within seasons, right? And these things are constantly changing, right? Also in your life, every year, you turn a new age, right? You become a new age every year. So there's this thing called law of change, where things are constantly changing continuously. No matter what's happening, things are always changing. Which also corresponds with the law of cycles, which is also cycles that come in our life and change, but I'm not going to get into that now. But like this change that happens to us in our lives, I think about the change. Sometimes when you have a moment of change in your life, it's almost like sometimes it seems like disaster happens, right? You decide to maybe change from one career to the other. And it's like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is now happening to me. I don't get it. I'm changing. I'm going forth and pursuing what I feel like I really want to pursue. Why is now all this stuff happening? All right, why does it seem like nothing is happening? Well, I'm setting my mind to pursue this or to go after this. And when you decide in your life that you want to make a change, the change happens, right? First, you decide you want to make the change, right? Internally. And then that internal change needs to also be updated and upgraded with the universe as well. So like when you decide to go on a particular path, the universe kind of sends you things, right? Gifts, gives you things based off the path that you're pursuing. When you decide that you want to make a change in your life and you change the path, the universe is like, okay, we have to stop that program, change the program to then continue to download new things based off this new program, based off this new change in your life. I think about it sometimes like when you print out a picture, right, on a printer, and as the picture is printing out, if in the middle of it printing out, you click cancel, right? The printer's like, okay, we need to cancel this. So as the paper comes out, the part that's been canceled, right, that part of the entire paper is white, right? While the rest of the paper has color, has part of the picture, right? And then when you want to print something new, you have to go into the printer, decide what you want to print, and then print it out. And then the printer will then print out this new picture based off what you want, based off this new program. So it's the same way in the universe. When you decide that you want to make a particular change in your life, it's like, okay, the universe says, okay, they're making a change, so they have to sort of stop that previous program, sort of let that program in some ways plateau or like flat out in some ways before it can change to this new program that they can then continue to send you all these blessings with, right? So I say to those people who are going through those moments right now where you decided, okay, it's time for you to make a change, keep pushing forward, right? The universe, the energy has to catch up to your decision making, right? So keep pushing forward, keep going. I am preaching to the choir. I'm sure, because I'm sure y'all know this, but this is something that's also happening in my life too, because I've decided that I'm officially making the change. This is my official announcement. I'm officially making the change from a career in the arts to a career in health and wellness. So, although my passion for the arts and love for the arts is still there, I still have it, that's not going to be my focus any longer. My focus is now helping other people come up out of emotional, physical, psychological pain and helping them get on the brighter path to their future. So that's my new goal, right? So as I made that switch, there were certain things that happened and I was like, oh, what's happening? Why is this happening? And I'm like, oh, I get it. Universe had to stop the previous program, art stuff, arts, to now switch it to now this new program that now needs to be installed, right? So for me, it's like, okay, this switch has to happen. This needs to happen in order for the goodness, right, to come from this new program and for the other program to sort of fade out and to stop. So, whew. I said a lot of stuff that I did not plan to say in this video. A lot of analogies that kind of came to me as I was talking about this. And again, you know, things that's not from the Kadeem mind, but from the mind of the universe, the mind of the higher beings that I know are being downloaded to me. So, again, I say all this to say, keep pushing, keep moving forward. Know that as you're in this moment of change, that this moment of change is here to teach you something. And this moment of change is here for you. And if you're here for it, the universe will continue to pour down its blessings after the previous program has officially ended. It will sort of realign back with you so that you can continue to receive the blessings even bigger and even more than you received it before. Okay. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. See y'all next week. Maybe, or some other time when I make another video. Okay, bye.